All right, welcome. This is Mike from Back Into Cards, and I wanted to make a video to explain to people kind of how I've been thinking about this Topps Project 2020 cards project that Topps puts out. Right, so here's an example of one of the cards. Right, so Topps got a bunch of artists, 20 artists, to remake famous rookie cards, and there are 20 artists and there are 20 cards. So the checklist itself has 400 cards on it. And every day they release 2 on their website. And people buy them, and you could buy them in bulk. There's a huge secondary reselling market for this. So, hopefully if you're a sports card collector, investor, reseller, you've taken advantage of this this fact, right? And basically what happens every day, they take all these orders for whatever cards you want. And then after 2 days, they shut down the orders and they print up however many cards there are. So some cards only have a couple thousand printed, some have tens of thousands printed. So what this does is obviously it creates demand, basic supply and demand. I want to show you an article about it. So there's an article on Beckett. You can just Google Project 2020 print run, and this article comes up first, and it shows you here's the Derek Jeter card. And it gives you a nice little background on everything. Here's a Dwight Gooden card from his 85 rookie. And it basically shows you right away that the top 10 sellers, top 9 sellers, right? So you have Mike Trout is just dominating, right? So it's really hard to try and resell some of the Mike Trouts because there's just so many. Here are the lowest print runs, okay? So the print runs, the 10 lowest, Dwight Gooden, number 12, 1,000 cards, right? 3% of the amount of Mike Trout cards. These cards are going for over $250 on eBay. I do have one to show you, but it is unfortunately not that one. And then it goes through and it gives you the whole checklist of all of the up to now 66 cards that are out there, who did them, what they look like, and how many were ordered, right? So with this, there's the player gallery. These are all the original cards, and the artist galleries and all the artists and all the cards that were done, right? And Baller, Blake Jamieson. This was a really nice. This is my favorite Nolan Ryan. This was a really good Yankee. This is card 33. I had some of those that I sold, right? So you can see on if we go on eBay, right, here's that card 33. So you see them listed. There's 42 active right now. But let's sort these by lowest to highest, right? And we'll look at the buy it nows because that's more or less like the asking price, right? If we're looking at things asking price. So these are going for about $110, $120. There's cards listed for a lot more as demand increases. Those cards get purchased. These will be bought up, right? So, but if I look at completed auctions, down here, I can see if I sort by most recent, I can look, these sold today, 115, best offer. So my guess is between 110 and 120, 120, same thing here, 118, 123, 120. Here's yesterday, the 12th, right? So you can see, it's selling about 10 a day. 128, I don't know how many recent days that covers, but you can look for the trend and what's called the sales velocity of how fast they're selling by just doing your research. Topps Project 2020, player name, card number. That's the easiest way to look it up. If I want to look up cards by a certain artist, I can just change Mattingly to Jameson. Oops, that's going to fail. Okay. Right, so I can just look up cards by Jameson, and I'm looking at most recent, and you can see how his cards are selling, right? So an easier way to do this was from the article I just took. Sorry for the fast scrolling. I'm trying to keep this video kind of short and to the point. So we go to the checklist. I just took this and threw it into a spreadsheet, right? So on my left here, columns A to C, this is the raw information. So here's what I got. I use an Excel formula to parse out the person's name. I use another Excel formula to parse out the artist and a formula to parse out the run, the print run, okay? I then threw them here. I sorted by print run. So you see, these are the top printed cards. 3 Mike Trouts, Derek Jeters, Griffey Jr., right? So we can see who's up top. So I just said, these are red. These are not going to have that good of a resell opportunity because there's just so many. Yellow, you might have some success with. There's that Don Mattingly card 33, right? 2,400. And then if you look below, here's all the cards that have been less than 2,000. So right here, you can see these cards are going to sell really well. Here's that Dwight Gooden, Tyson Beck card number 12 with the lowest at 1,065. So I don't think we're going to see numbers this low very often. I'm imagining most cards will go between 1,700 or 1,800 to 3,000, right? There's another Blake Jamieson right on the cusp of it. So when I group it by player names, I see Derek Jeter stand out as someone who's going to have a high print run almost every time. Okay, everyone else might have 1 or 2. Ken Griffey Jr. is another one, a very high print run. All his cards, or 3 of his 4 cards, are high, right? Mike Trouts. So Mike Trouts are not going to resell very well. As much as people like Mike Trout, they're just buying them in the primary market off of Topps.com. Okay, so then what I did was I took and I sorted, instead of sorting by player, I sorted by artists. Okay, and you can see Blake Jamieson sits in that sweet spot of good, not great in terms of numbers. King Saladin really seems, all 4 of his cards got fairly high print runs, 2,500 to almost 10,000. So you might want to stay away from trying to resell his. Maybe they may be the best looking cards. You might want to get some to just keep yourself. And that's about it. So that's what I would advise. And then Matt Taylor. So I would stay away from Matt Taylor, King Saladin cards to resell, and I would stay away from Mike Trout. I'd stay away from Ken Griffey, and I'd stay away from Derek Jeter. So when we look at the past data, 60 is a pretty decent sample set out of the 400 potential cards, right? So there's still about 330 some cards left. They're doing 2 a day. So if they're doing a Monday through Friday, that's 10 a week. So it should be 40 weeks. So I think we're 15 weeks into it. So I really hope this helps. If you like this video, please on the bottom, like the video, subscribe to it, set your dinger for when I post. You'll get a notification. Ask a question, leave a question in the comments. You can find us on social media at Back Into Cards on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I hope you found this valuable. I think this is a great way to kind of look at some trends and try to do some predictions to figure out, where you can have the most success. So thanks again. Have a great night.